All right, guys, I'm Justin, and I'm coming at you again today with another video from Adrenaline Cycles. This is just a standard procedure we do. Anybody who purchases one of these units off of us, or any good dealership for that fact, they should do a complete walkthrough with the customer. So I'm making this video. If you got left out when you made your purchase, I'm sorry. Hopefully this video makes up for it. We'll start right here in the front of the unit. You know, these plastics on these machines, they all pop off and give you complete access to the machine. They're held in right here with these notches. What this does is it gives you access to this radiator. If you do get caked up with mud, it'll tend to build up down at the bottom with moisture, dirt, dust, debris, things like that. And it may tend to overheat in the future. And if so, you know, this gives you access to spray this out, clean it out real good. Go on about your ride, enjoy the rest of your day. You'll notice up here with each one of our Can-Am units that we sell, it also comes with a tool bag, a tool kit. In your toolkit, you should have your X3 belt changing tool. This makes life a lot easier, and I'll get to that in just a second. You should have your adjustment for your springs, your tensioner there, shocks. You've got the tool to take off the clutch cover. Of course, they give you some pliers. I always recommend everybody grab your own set of tools, take them with you on the trails. We know how reliable these tool bags are, so let's just be honest with ourselves. Get your own tools, take them out on the trail with you. But since I picked up this belt changing tool, I'll take you back to the part of the unit that needs this the most. Back to where your clutches are. Now on our X3s, you'll notice you've got a primary and a secondary clutch. To remove this cover, you've got to take this intake line off, loosen this clamp up. Of course, take your screws out. This clutch will pull to the left and drop down. It gives you access to your belts, your rollers, your clutches, all that internal access, and makes the buggy move. This will save your life in the woods and save you a whole lot of time. What this does is actually mounts in to your secondary like so. It'll thread in once you get that tight. Put you a socket impact if you're fortunate enough to have one with you. Put you an impact on that. This screw will notch in, put tension on your helix. When it does, it'll separate the tension from your belt, allowing you to walk your belt off, replace it with your new one. You'll get good at it, be able to do it 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes at the most, in and out of the woods, guys. Set my tool down right here. Since I'm already at the back of the unit, with any standard walkthrough, guys, you're gonna have what they call the cowboy hat. The cowboy hat's just a cover to cover your pre-filter and your coolant on the machine. Your coolant's also located at the rear of the machine. You really shouldn't ever have to worry about that unless you're leaking or using. In that case, get it back to the dealership. Let's find out what's going on with it. Pre-filter located here. Guys, this is just another, they're going the extra mile, another feature right here to keep any kind of dirt, debris, big chunks of mud, anything out of your actual clutching and your belt. That releases with the lever in the back. I always tell my customers to make sure that they rake any kind of leaves or dirt or anything out before they pull it off, because this does drop down into your main belt. All right, guys, since we're on the side of the unit, I'll show you where your dipstick's located at. You ever want to service the machine yourself, you'll notice that you've actually got a dipstick back there behind this line. I'll pull that to the side for you so you can see. So you want to check the cleanliness of your oil, make sure that you didn't get any water in it. You know, it's best to check it out after each ride, especially if you are in any kind of water, any kind of mud. Submerge the unit. You want to make sure that you're not running water through the engine. Just something simple you can do to ensure the longevity of your unit. Your air filter is also located on the same side as your clutch covers and your oil dipstick. It's held together with 3 latches here. Oh, no, it's 4. I was wrong, Josh. And that should just pop off like so. And it's complete. All right, they are tight. That's no joke. Anyway, 4 latches, holds it on. Got a cylinder air filter, twist and pull, pops out. That one's super clean. Obviously, it's not been on the trails yet. Angle it back. You'll feel the tab to snap on, turn, and you're good. All right, guys, moving on. On the other side of the engine here, you've got your transmission check. I advise all my customers, you're not gonna be able to really put too much pressure with your fingers there, so you're gonna have to put a socket on that, break it loose with a socket. It actually does have the dipstick on that, so you can check levels of your transmission fluid and make sure everything's clean with it also. Now on a two-seater, this is going to be located right behind the passenger and driver seat. On the four-seater, it's obviously going to be located in the rear of the unit. Pull these seats up so you can get a look. It's pretty tight back there, but your battery is located behind the passenger side back seat. And guys, these seats remove with 2 bolts in the back. Loosen them up. Seat will lean forward. You can loosen your bolts up here, pull them out, have the seat pulled out, have access to all that. Now, up here, you also get the same feature. I let all my customers know, guys, we sell these things from anyone as short as me to as tall as Adam. And if you are as tall as Adam, you would like to adjust your seating, and you can with the seating here in this X3. It drops about 2 inches, gives you more leg room in the unit. Something I overlook all the time, guys, is I'll get customers call me and they'll say, man, you did a great job on the walkthrough, except I don't know how to fill it up. And it's just something I don't mean to do. I overlook it. It's like breathing to me, but right here, this is where you fill it up. BRP recommends a 93 octane to ensure the best quality, best ride out of your machine. It's good, clean octane, guys. It's going to give you the best performance out of your machine. We all run it in hours, so do what they say, run the high octane in it. Don't cut shortcuts. It doesn't cost that much more to get 93 octane gas. Let's be real. BRP also has a break-in process on their belts, and that's an important question I always get all the time. Justin, do they have break-in fluids, break-in engine oil, break-in transmission fluid? They don't. You're ready to roll from the factory. The only thing that you need to break in is going to be your belt, and BRP says to make sure that you put 50 miles of a variation of different RPMs on your unit. So 1,000 through 5,000, run it in high, run it in low. And what it's doing is working out any weak points, any cold points in the belt, ensure the longevity of that. But after 50 miles, man, drive it like it's yours, because it is. So it's your buggy, have fun with it, guys. Another thing is any good dealership's gonna send you with your owner's manual. Any good dealership's gonna have what they call the PDI sheet, and they should have this thing filled out. It goes through a variation of different checks on the unit, from beadlock torque to, let's see here, you got your fuel, engine oil, engine coolant, tire pressure. It's just gonna have a long list of everything the dealership should check before sending you out on the trails in your unit. All right, guys, we did a walkthrough on the outside of the unit. Now it's time for you to get a feel for the inside of your unit. You'll notice in the 2020 that they have updated the dash. You get the nice big digital dash in the new 2020 unit. And you'll also, if you look here, you'll notice that your controls, your toggle switches are set up just a little bit different. Guys, one thing I like about what they did in the 2020 is they actually took all these individual switches and compressed it into one little area here. So now you can control your power steering from this setting, your drive mode, whether it be eco or the sport mode, check your temp, your engine temp, your speed stat. You can set your trip on this thing in this menu, so it's going to show you that the fastest this unit's been run is 39 miles an hour, an engine temperature of 167. We did have it started before we pulled it in, make sure it was warmed up. Battery voltage, and on into your settings. Guys, they make this super simple for you. It comes with 2 different keys in this unit. You're going to have your performance key, which is going to be your white key here. And then you've got your eco key, which is going to be your green key. So go green, eco, white key, fast. Your performance key, guys, is going to give you 100% of the horsepower in the machine. It's going to allow you to access everything that the machine has to offer, versus your eco key is going to limit you to 70-75% of the horsepower that the machine has to offer. It's going to save you in fuel. So if you're just riding, cruising in the trails, the eco key is plenty enough. If you want more of the performance, something to make your blood blood rush, you're gonna want this, this performance key here. Or some people have both of them programmed to the performance key. Whatever you want, we can do it here at Adrenaline. Obviously, it's push button start. Tap once to light up your gauges. Hold in to start the unit. You'll notice that your 2-wheel, 4-wheel, and front diff lock is also located here. So 2-wheel drive, self-explanatory. It's going to be your basic 2-wheel drive. 4-wheel drive, you've got different options when you get to this point. You've got your 4-wheel drive normal, trail is what that means, and you got your 4-wheel drive trail active. Now trail active is just going to kind of speed up that tire rotation. It's going to lock in, it's going to act as a visco lock and lock in this passenger side front tire as needed. So you find yourself shooting down a flat trail real fast, and all of a sudden you and your buddy are racing, you take up a hill, you start to slip. In this mode here, this setting will actually tell this tire to engage and lock in all fours, versus you having to stop and actually engage into your smart lock, which brings me to my next point. With your smart lock, I let everyone know that you need to come to a complete stop before engaging smart lock. Your smart lock actually has an actuator that pushes a pin and will lock in all 4 tires. It's a true locker, it's a preventative measure, it doesn't allow for any slippage. So you see something nasty you're about to tackle in the trails, just make sure that you drop it into low, lock your smart lock in, and then take the trail on. You'll notice you got your override here. Override is you're governed in reverse. So what override does is pretty much what it says. It overrides that govern command. It allows you to go just as fast backwards as you go forwards, which I don't recommend, not smart. But more than anything, you get bogged up on the trail, sunk in a big mud pit somewhere, you can hit this. If you can't go forward, we can see maybe we can get you out backwards. It's gonna override that command. You do have a 25-degree adjustment here located on your steering wheel. Up and down. So if you're one of those taller guys like I was talking about, you can drop your seat 2 inches, raise the steering wheel up, give you plenty of leg room, so you're not cooped up in your machine. All right, guys, you'll notice over here on your driver's side, you've got your high beam, low beam for your headlights there, and then obviously your off button. I think that pretty much completes the walkthrough. Like I said, this should be standard with any time you buy a unit. Any good dealership is going to give you a thorough walkthrough on the unit before you leave off the lot with it. If there's anything else we can do for you guys, let us know. Just make sure you like, subscribe to our video so we can keep more content coming to you. Thank you. Have a good one.